Welcome to the spin on a Tuesday evening. We're a little early. You want to talk, Tyler? Are you a little quiet?
Am I?
You are
No,
quiet.
I'm too dark.
Yeah, that too.
I'll turn me up.
There you go. That sounds better. Sabrina Seymour, does this mean you're doing another show this week, or is this it? This is it.
This is it.
Tyler got his laptop barely last week, so no more Tyler tried. And
did you coordinate that, Tyler? Have you gotten it?
Coordinated,
but not yet received.
Plus, I might do some extracurricular
He needs a new
stuff.
light.
Yeah, that thing be flashing like crazy.
Yeah. Quick shout out to our sponsors. Frog Grips. Use code SPIN. You can use the QR code if you're on your phone. Just take a picture of the QR code, then grab another phone and scan that QR code to go to Frog Grips. Use code SPIN, save 15%. And the benefactor of the week. John, you didn't see this, but the Unknown popped in last week and
nice.
Sprinkled us with $100 of greatness.
I'm pretty sure that's a Jack the Ripper avatar. So
I think so. So we'll find out. Yeah, our fans are now our
Was that a Friday the 13th attempt?
You know, whatever. That's better.
Is that what you tried to do?
I went too slow.
All right, you look, John. We're matching.
All right, let's go.
What are the chances of that?
I ordered a yellow one, but I got some like cream off-color white. But I don't think they really made any of those, so I don't know how I got it. But Tyler, you're missing out.
Hey, on the video review of my friendly Fran, your guys' time, because the computer like frickazeed out, I think I still finished it in the 5-second cap or the 5-second penalty cap.
It's hard to tell. Like you'd imagine that it synced up at some point.
Take the win and go home.
Yeah.
Don't get greedy. You're getting greedy right now.
In football, it's a reasonable doubt. Okay.
Hey, you've already got it coordinated.
We gave it to you. Yeah, you're good. You did it. Like
you did
it. Don't be greedy right now.
Do you remember the Apprentice, Trump's Apprentice show? Did you ever watch that?
Yeah.
There was something that stuck out with me when they were in the boardroom and somebody was arguing for themselves. And I think it was maybe Don Jr. or somebody was like, "Hey, you've won. Stop arguing again. Stop arguing. You've already won. You're just going to hurt yourself if you just keep talking."
You're being Omarosa right now, Tyler.
Hey, computer's on the way. There's no damage to be undone at this point.
Okay.
Tyler Omarosa. Tonight, we got some viewer comments. It feels like we're talking about everything outside of the games right now.
Well, that's what we're TMZ.
That's right. TMZ is here. So we're gonna do some viewer comments. Little segment. Annie, are you okay? Role of media. So what should we be covering as media? What should I cover as a website? Some blind rankings. Again, another non-CrossFit blind rankings. Cool. And we'll wrap this up at 8:00 Central Time. The World Fitness Project online qualifier 2. John, I know you're excited.
All right. Super excited.
It goes live. We'll see who's going to Mesa.
Okay.
That's MESA for those who are watching. So yeah, and some boats. The World Fitness Project has some boats going on. A little bit leaky. We'll talk about that. So
is the role of media, is that like an introspective, like look in the mirror that we're gonna have?
Yes,
Are we going to get deep about it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we get deep on it, but we'll at least say what we think.
Well, at least wade.
Yeah, we'll at least wade into the waters of what media should be.
I'm gonna start using that in my just general speak. Like, we'll just wade about it. Just I'm just trying to work it in the conversation every
time. Whitney Davis. Tyler, how long did you hold the LSIT? Did you do an LSIT?
So yeah, do you know about this? Chase and Bill's LSIT thing.
I watched part of that show. I didn't catch all of it, but it looks like I saw Bill attempting to do 3 minutes and he made it like 20.
Yeah. So every day for I think a year, at least we're going to get to the end of this year. Hopefully, I've never done one of like these year-long challenges, and I was like, if I'm not going to do the L-sit one, I'm never going to do any of them. So I was like, okay, I'll do that one. And so first day one, I used the parallettes, and I sat for like 35-ish seconds. But if you look, like if this is, if this is me, here's perpendicular. My feet are like kind of like doing this. And so I was like, and then I looked at Bill's and I'm like, Bill's like, straight L. And I was like, okay,
you gotta put the plates up there.
Yeah.
Like
so
Khalifa.
I got dumbbells today and I did it for 20 seconds and it was everything I had in me to do it for 20 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
You're bad at L-sits, huh?
Yeah, I'm really bad at L-sits. I also did it at the end of a heavy, like a lot of volume toes to bar. So I'm sure that didn't help anything, but
probably not.
Chase
you might have a 4 or 5 seconds left in you.
Chase and Bill were like, don't do it after that. And I was like, I'm freaking doing it. I don't even care.
What's the challenge, the year challenge?
Do an L-sit, max L-sit hold every day for a year.
Okay, that's
try to get
it.
to 3 minutes, right?
Okay. And so you just do it every year. You're not trying to like beat your.
I mean,
obviously you're trying, but you'll plateau somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I plateaued yesterday, I guess.
How long did Khalifa make it?
A minute and 6 seconds.
Was he the longest?
Yeah. It's not, but like you said, I think a lot of people can do L-sits, but like not like real ones where you're like, when I hold an L-sit, I'm in a like almost.
Are you on a V?
Almost. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I mean, I wouldn't consider myself good at L-sits, but I don't think I'm bad at L-sits. I got about 40 seconds in me, and I'm shaking. But my legs are straight the whole time. They're not bent up or anything like that. And it's about 40 seconds.
That was the thing. Bill's like legs are on a little bit of an upward tilt, and I'm like, I can't do that. So
if you think about it, it takes weight off of how you're holding it. Like it makes it easier if you can get into that position. Because like if you're just here, your legs have all of your weight. Where I'm here, I'm kind of angled my weight up a little bit, right? So like the weight that you're holding is a little less.
So I'm hoping to see some improvement on something. I don't know what it's going to improve, but it'll improve something.
There you go. Let's move to viewer comments before we get into all the fun stuff. Kevin Carrick and Alex Franks, 2 comments from the last Friday's show. JY on the bike is giving me nightmare fuel for the next month. That was from Kevin.
I don't know what that means, but
and Alex said was not prepared for JY on the bike. So
I wasn't trying to be. I just wasn't going to finish in time.
You got to get a workout in. It's July. You've been watching the tour.
Yes, sir.
What happened with was it the 2 people that like crashed was it the finish line?
I mean, crashes happen all the time. They didn't crash at the finish line. They crashed like right before the finish line. But like it's about 100 meters back from the finish line.
Got it.
But no, like in a sprint stage where you're not going uphill, it's just flat. They have trains and they end up going, like 60 kilometers an hour, just straight. And so the slightest like nudge just shoots you off. And they had like a turn with 300 meters left and somebody just went too fast into the turn.
I thought I saw something where it was like the finish line. There was 2 people and they finished and then like their bike caught the finish line.
You might have seen something from a previous year, maybe, but it didn't happen this year. No.
Okay. Matthias Porter, Spin had a long day. Maybe. Chester Springs CrossFit. Okay, now that I have listened to everything, CrossFit is Pedro.
No,
it can't be Peter.
No, we talked about this.
It's like 3:00 over there right now.
Yeah, he sleeps.
It's midnight. I shouldn't say 3:00. It's midnight over there. So
if you text him, you might get him right now.
Yeah,
he might.
I don't know. Dude.
He stays up later. He stays up later than I think he should.
He stays up late.
Like I'm trying to think like when have I stayed up past midnight, and it's been a minute. I go to sleep at like 9:30, 10 o'clock every night.
Yeah. At Reluctors 1. So that's you, Tyler. hates gym shit, in quotes, in the games because it's boring. But the Hiller workout is cool, in quote, because something is behind it. There is something behind the games too, though.
Listen, the people that Hiller's trying to reach with Beat Bayesian is different than the people that we're trying to reach with the games. Okay, they're not. They're not.
That is very sensible.
They're not the same audiences. Stop comparing the two.
It's very sensible. You're making a lot of sense, John.
Thank you.
And Andrew Farmer's back in the comments. This week in Murfreesboro, the Murfreesboro police are cracking down on dangerous driving, as Murfreesboro saw more than 300 automobile accidents in the month of June.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Streets mentioned as important were Old Fort Parkway. There's a golf course off that road. North Thompson Street, Rutherford Street, and Bradford Street. So be careful out there in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. There are a lot of car accidents out there in the town.
Doing a little Googling on the Murfreesboro. Let's see. Yeah, makes sense.
Lots of accidents.
Where is Murfreesboro?
It's southeast of Nashville. About 45-minute drive from downtown Nashville.
Just doing a little demographic.
Did the zebra make it to Nashville?
A little bit of that.
Stay tuned for your Murfreesboro news.
That's right.
Murfreesboro madness.
Live at 6:30 on usually Wednesdays.
John, Annie, she made some headlines this past week, a little bit of it on a podcast, talking about the run.
I didn't do anything.
And you jumped in there and did some research.
I watched YouTube.
Into the first mile. Look at all this water trying to get handed out right there. First girl took it. All right, 10:40 in. Annie's on the ground. She's hurting. It's hot outside. But extended break, longer break than most. We're 10 minutes in. I don't think she's overheated quite yet. 10 minutes in. 11 minutes in. All right, we got Sam Briggs finishing her push-ups here.
Yeah, those push-ups.
Right in the middle of Murph. What she grabbed there? What is that, Annie? What's she drinking right there in the middle of Murph that she wasn't allowed to get? All right, we are about 26 minutes into Murph. Sam's winning. Second place. What's she drinking here right before she's about to squat? Looks like Holty. Looks like she's been drinking water the whole time. Got a water bottle on the field. All right, we got Carrie Pierce, who sneaks up.
Is that really
Sam
your fifth
Briggs.
bottle of water?
Sam's hot. What did we do, Sam? Oh, well, there's another water bottle that we just dumped. Brand new water bottle. They just
that I can
everywhere.
That I could see.
Briggs exiting the soccer field
With another water.
She grabs another one. Sam drinks like 8 bottles of water throughout this whole workout.
There's a lot of times where when Sam Briggs had that here with the injury.
All right, Vicky Boone got a no rep.
Yes.
I mean, they probably don't give them water on the last mile. That has to be it. Oh, no. Everybody's just standing there waiting to hand you another water bottle as you're on your last mile. This is 2015, too. It's not 2016. And then here's the clip that Sousa pulled. We got water getting handed out on the run. Girl takes 2 waters. Annie just takes 1. Dumps it on her head. There's water throughout this whole entire workout. It's hot. You control your body.
And she's wearing long sleeves.
at the top of your screen, taking some time just to pour some water down his back to cool himself off a little. From Noah Olson, and he is on his 3rd of 4 sets of 75 air squats. Coach now has that towel on his neck, trying to cool himself off again. It is
You do a lot of
very
research,
warm
John.
down there and very humid, unusually humid.
But if anybody can handle it, it would be Noah Olson.
Striking, but that'll kind of loosen up once he gets moving.
Austin Malialo, the second man of the run, and Matt Fraser has now moved into 3rd. Fraser in the orange shirt is grabbing some water and heading back out.
How did you get that water bottle, Annie? You're breaking the rules. You're not allowed water. There's another one behind you.
I don't need
Return
it.
heads back towards the soccer stadium.
Look at all this water getting handed out to everybody.
Matthews in third. Annie Thorisdottir going to the water. Water's been made available on the field for all the athletes, cooling herself off.
You can say that again, Sean. Wait, what did you just say?
And again, last year these women did this event.
We're in 2016 now, by the way, just in case I messed up the years.
Time. We started earlier. 7 runners in second, and it's Carly Matthews in third.
Say it again, Sean.
Thorisdottir going to the water. Water's been made available on the field for all the athletes, cooling herself off, and now she is out on the run.
Why the freak are you lying, Annie?
Keep the spot.
It's ridiculous.
Happy with this.
Much better. I will.
There you go.
Oh, we don't need to see this one.
No, that's just calling out John and his burpees.
We don't need to see this one.
Yeah. First of all, how long did that take you, John? Just
About 20 minutes.
there you go.
It really didn't take a lot of investigative work. I don't care to call out athletes like that. I think Hiller is great at it. I think, he should keep doing it. I don't think anybody's better. I think he's great in that investigative type calling out nature. Okay. I mean, you're the best investigator for sure, Spin, but as far as call out stuff, I give that to him. It just made me so angry that she would just blatantly lie like that into a podcast that hold on
Delivery.
guys. Hold on.
Delivery.
No,
Do you
I think some kid hit his ball in our yard.
Wow.
Okay, I gotta go
Get out of my yard.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Do you think Annie just came out too hot and she's created this whole story? To was she actually have heat stroke or whatever, or did she just come out too hot and then couldn't hang on?
Probably both.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think you go through those, and I think I'm always amazed at how many athletes are underprepared for the heat. It feels like we see it a lot, right? The heat gets to them, and they have this first event, they're not hydrated enough. You've seen people struggle in those types of events, and it's I just wasn't prepared for it, or I cramped, or I just wasn't, I didn't have enough electrolytes, and I needed to get those in me afterwards. Emma Lawson cramped after the bike event in 23. It happens a lot, and it's surprising to me that happens.
Yeah,
And
I had 4 rock stars today, and then ran 2 miles in a Metcon out in the heat. Oddly enough, didn't get any cramps. Weird how that works.
well, you weren't running as fast as her.
I don't know about that. She was walking at one point.
I mean, I think you saw Sam Briggs, it was there, right? And
Everywhere. Not only was it there, it was everywhere. And I didn't see John's video. I had listened to it in the shower. I was just it was on, and I had heard it, and I didn't know that it was that egregious. There was that much water available. That makes this even worse.
What I find interesting is, and I think even Hinshaw maybe talked about it on one of the shows last year. I can't remember if it was on ours or maybe Savon's, that runners purposely dehydrate themselves to lose weight because they find that it's more it's beneficial to be lighter than it is to be hydrated.
That's crazy.
And they take the risk that they're gonna be too dehydrated
Right, the line
during the run, right? Yeah, and they're trying to lose fractions of pounds to help them on their marathon run or whatever they're doing. I'm just surprised. I don't know why her narrative or why she says that.
And if that is how you think, then why would you not say, now in 2016 there was like a million water bottles everywhere. So it wasn't like, you know,
Why would you say that, John?
if you cared about, if you're not trying to paint CrossFit in a bad light. And again, she's on a podcast. They don't do CrossFit. It's not like a CrossFit podcast. It's spreading the word of fitness and your story and all this jazz. If you loved CrossFit, like you said in response to Souza, you wouldn't go out of your way to talk badly about it to people that aren't familiar with it. You know, if people who live through it, then we can have our own opinions. And then if that's your opinion, for sure, go girl. I disagree, but you know, we're allowed to have different opinions, right? We live in America. We can have different opinions. But essentially you did what Matt did at Joe Rogan. Like, you basically made fun of CrossFit to the rest of the world. These people try to kill themselves. And I'm not willing to die for, you know, points, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
When like you're trying to paint that narrative. You cannot tell me that you're not trying to paint that narrative. On top of that, you are paid by people, World Fitness Project, that wants to kill CrossFit, that wants to take over the fitness space, right? And if, you know, go them if they do. They're trying to do their thing. But you're paid by them, and then you have that, and then you can't, and you're like, oh, my hands are clean. I didn't mean to do that. You know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. You're not dumb, right? And if you are that dumb, somebody needs to tell you you're being dumb.
Where is
and
that
I don't
video?
think you are. I don't think you're dumb, Annie. Okay? I don't think you're dumb. I think you're willingly doing this, and you know exactly what you're doing. And it's very upsetting. It's very, very upsetting. And I don't want to be in the drama. I don't care about the drama. Like
Too late.
No, but hear me out. How much freaking drama is brought up in our text thread? So much, right? I mean, the Danielle Brandon thing, Sevon about had an aneurysm. There was so much stuff going on there, right? I don't really read 80% of that stuff. Like, I don't care to be in the drama. I care about the sport. Me
too.
I'm one of I stay on the sport whenever I'm called upon. I talk about the sport. I don't care about the drama, right? That's a dense update thing. She's all about the drama.
Yeah,
she wants
dense.
to tell the team, right? I'm not that guy, but I can't stand by the wayside and just let you freaking, like, your icons. CrossFit gave you everything. You wouldn't have any money. You'd be in Iceland doing some Icelandic thing. Like, you wouldn't be doing anything you're doing without CrossFit.
Eating that weird fermented shark.
You would not be married to Frederick. You wouldn't be married to Frederick. Maybe you would. Maybe you would be married to Frederick, but y'all met because of CrossFit.
Did they?
I assume so. Frederick did CrossFit too. Annie was before.
It's fine. Yeah.
I'm assuming. I'm assuming. I know nothing. But you both do CrossFit. You both have the games. Like, everything you have is because of CrossFit.
Well, that's what is interesting.
If people think she's not, like, if you are honestly, like, and I don't think Annie will listen to this, but if you're actually that naive that you just think that, like, it was just a slip of words and you didn't think that you were bad mouthing CrossFit, like, you are. You have, like, it seems like you have an agenda and you're trying to have it two ways. You 100% are. So if you're being naive about it and, like, you actually did not think you're doing what you're doing, then I'm telling you to have somebody to help you figure it out, or you need to not run something by somebody who likes CrossFit before you say it, right? And you could say what you want, but don't tell me you love CrossFit when you're getting paid by World Fitness Project, and then you go on random podcasts and say they're killing people. I'm not allowed water at Murph, right? Like, you know what you're doing.
Well, what's funny is like, that's the one thing the one bad thing that happened to her that she wanted to talk about. And it's like, there's other stuff that's happened at the games didn't happen to her, but she could have brought up that would have been like better case than that. And it's like, still, she swing and a hard miss. She swung before the pitch was thrown. It was such a miss.
And
do you think it's
if you really couldn't find the water? If it's in the coolers, if the water's in the coolers and you didn't know about the coolers, if I'm 10 minutes in a workout and I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying. This is bad. This turf feels hot and I don't know what to do when I feel hot. Look around. Look around. Wow, that girl's got water. Dang, that girl's got water. That freaking British girl's got 18 water. What? Like, look.
how'd she do that?
Hey, how are y'all getting this water? Ask. If I'm overheating and it's going bad, like I'm about to walk and not finish Murph, and I'm supposed to be one of the fittest women in the world, and I'm about to be taken out. I'm going to be like, hey guys, I know they're handing out water left and right, but where did you guys get those? Because I need some. I'm dying. Like, I don't just look around.
She's
Jonathan
lying,
Ortega.
Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan Ortega. So she can say what she wants, but don't say what you want about CrossFit.
You can. We do it all the time. But guess what? We tell the truth when we do it.
This is pretty good. I like this one.
Yeah. We love CrossFit.
I don't like all of Seth's, but I like this one.
I am paid by the WFP, and I was not allowed water when I took my L3 test.
And listen, there is a difference. If you want to like embrace everything and be like, I'm just putting my hand in everything, and then we'll see what happens. I don't doubt for a second that Seth doesn't love CrossFit. I think Seth loves CrossFit.
He does.
We have different ways of looking at things. He cares about the methodology far more than the sport, but that's his right. Go him. You know what I mean?
Like 458 affiliates.
I know, and he's MetFix affiliated. He's got his hand in everything. He does the analyst stuff for World Fitness Project.
Is he Fitness Project? Is he a Fitness Project yet, Seth? Are you?
No.
Oh,
I think that's a no.
He has his hand. But I'm saying he has his hand in everything. I don't doubt that he's not trying to kill the sport of CrossFit.
No.
And you 100% are when you do what Annie's doing. If you don't think you are, you are. And I'm a guy with a microphone. I don't know anything. My opinions mean nothing. But you so are, and you know what you're doing.
Well, the problem is you're doing.
I'll be right back.
You know what you're doing. You're not even doing it well. That's the bitch of it.
I mean, I get that. In the moment, you probably think that like I was in need. I needed water, and Frederick, when I needed it right there, was not allowed to give it to me. But you still you don't, like to John's point, you don't go onto a podcast when there's people that are not CrossFit listeners and you literally just tell things that are not true.
Right.
And at some point, you have to make a decision of what you're willing to do or sacrifice.
Where is he?
There we go.
Okay.
Sacrifice to compete. Right? Like if you're in a race, you can make a decision to grab water and slow yourself down. Right? This isn't even like CrossFit race. Like if you're in a 10K, a 5K, like you probably don't need water in a 5K. If you do, then you probably messed up. But like a marathon run, right? Like they have water every couple miles. And it's easy to pass it up because you want to do well. And you know if you stop and grab water and walk, it's going to slow you down. But you have to make that decision. And it feels like there's this lack of personal accountability where it's like, I can do what I want and I'm going to be saved no matter what. And it's like, no, you still have to pay attention to yourself Like there was water. You could have grabbed water multiple times. You chose not to. And you got into a situation where you were on the struggle bus and probably needed water that was against the rules of everybody else. Right? If all the other athletes were told don't get water and then you get water from anybody else outside of that, then it's an unfair playing field. And then it would be then people would be upset that that's the case.
If you really needed water and Dave was like, don't get water, and you were like, I'm going to die if I don't, and you don't have the sense to just do it anyway, that's on you.
But that wouldn't happen. Dave's not.
Of course, none of this is real. That's the issue. There was water.
It's not
She
real.
got the water. It's like I can't fathom the stupidity that happened here. I can't even make sense of it if you deluded yourself. You got water so many times. That's what's amazing to me about your video, John, is how many times and how many locations the water was. Like she made this all up. It's all fake.
And she was 33rd in Murph in 2015. 2016, she was 24th. It's not like you were just going to be bad at that workout. You weren't going to be good at that workout.
Hey, this is one of my favorites. Dave told Matt where he could get water, and Matt didn't go get it.
Scenario 3. What she's doing is discrediting herself. I say, let her talk. Never interrupt your enemy when they are making a mistake.
Oh, we let her talk. The reason I started this one, Spin. So I had a call with two notable brands in the CrossFit sphere today, and both of them brought this up before we ever talked about business stuff. So I think about that Emily Rolfe situation where it's like she might lose sponsors because of this, and it's like you're going to lose sponsors because of this one. If two brands brought it up immediately, I mean, this was such a bad look. And I remember, John, that we were talking about months ago, where like, you know, you have like, it's funny that we have Annie, are you okay? Because Michael Jackson, it's like, we know the bad stuff he's done, but we still like the music that he made. Is Annie now crossing the line into she's ruining her entire history?
No, she's Michael Jordan on the Wizards right now.
I wouldn't put it that high. But all right.
Like I'm saying, like, I think Annie. I think it's sad. I don't want to call her the enemy. Annie is an icon. Annie would be on CrossFit's Mount Rushmore. She would. Annie's inspired so many people to get into CrossFit. Annie's first ring muscle up is a lot of girls' like favorite video of all time, right? I'm sad about it, but I think Annie and Katrin both can endorse CrossFit, love CrossFit again, and then and you know, if the new owner comes in and then Dave is fired, which I don't know if that'll happen, and I don't think it'll happen. I actually think Dave will stick around, but I will, you know, nobody knows that stuff.
There's some rumors.
Nobody knows that stuff. So, but like once that goes through and then they decide to embrace CrossFit, yeah, there's going to be people like me who always bring up the Wizards Jordan years because they happened. And 1994, 95, when he lost to the Magic, and nobody wants to bring that up. They just want to remember 96 and 72-10, right? But he got dominated by the Magic the year previous. People will still bring it up, but for the most part, she'll still be remembered as the Annie, Iceland Annie. You know what I mean? Like for what she did in her career. But if it keeps happening, then we're trending into, you know, what you're saying. Like then Annie's basically R. Kelly. That's what you're saying. But I think right now it's Jordan on the Wizards.
Yes, I agree with you. I mean, she's done it twice now. She spoke on the Buttery Bros video, which was very odd. Felt like it was cut up, that she said stuff that ended up getting on the cutting room floor. And now this, so it's 2 strikes. If it keeps coming up, I think I agree with you. Like in a month from now, nobody will remember that. right? We'll just move on.
That's pretty
I
rough.
don't
It's
know if
pretty bad.
That's pretty rough.
People will forget. Now, people come up from time to time, especially when other things are said. But I think I agree with you, John. Like, it will be. She'll still be remembered for their 2 victories and long career.
And her
As
third
long as-
place after a baby, like it's a big deal. I know Tia made that like not as big of a deal, but it's still a really big deal, you know.
Should I hold my beer? It's hold my baby.
Yeah.
If she, oh gosh, if Tia went and got her baby and then just handed it to Annie after she won, you need a whole.
Speaking of drama, I know you hate it, John. The role of media. I think it was this weekend was probably a good time to
Media
look
week.
at it. Daniel Brandon, Matt Torres, whatever that was. I posted some fashion outfits and then the video buried in the 7th one. That was nice.
Can I ask?
I thought that was a nice way to do it.
Can I ask what the reasoning was of the fashion deal? Because
my boy dressed as Fly. What are you talking about?
like, you know, there were people in the comments, you know, that were kind of like you don't have to make fun of him for what he's into. And because I didn't think you were doing that.
You weren't making fun of him.
I didn't think you were doing that.
I wasn't.
But some people thought that you were. I just looked at it like he's into fashion. That's what he's into.
Did anybody know that he did 6 videos on TikTok showing off his threads?
No.
The fit.
Yeah. I just wanted to know.
So it wasn't making fun of him. It was like, whoa, who knew? And then, oh wait, there's a story on TikTok that gets into drama with him and Danielle. And so let's just tie it all together. Like, he has a TikTok account and this video is legit, because I had people message me and like, is this AI? Like, is this real?
No, he's into fashion. And
no,
Danielle did cheat on him.
Maybe I have no idea.
We don't know her side. We don't know her.
We don't know that. So many of the comments were, what does this have to do with competition? Why do we care? And it got me thinking,
why do I care?
Yeah.
Some people only pay attention to CrossFit for that stuff.
Only
me.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
John.
I know
both of you only pay attention to the competition.
No.
I only.
I'm saying the other way around.
Oh, only. Yeah.
I know. Jenny's my first video every single morning.
I know for a fact, like, the girls at my gym eat up that stuff far more than the competition. Like, they're some of them, like 2 of them are into the games, and then all 5 of them are all about it when something happens, when some drama happens. All of them are about it, and then that's the talk of the whole day. Is you know, Daniel Brandon and the Gooch. Like, that's. And then they ask me, the bad thing is, you know, sometimes I do know like what can't be said, right? And then you know, I'll fill them in a little bit, but other times I have no idea. So like, they're like, what happened? They'll ask me what happened, and I'm like, I don't know, girl.
You need to go back through the thread and see what you missed.
You just gotta watch it. Like, that's all that I know. And then they don't believe me, and I'm like, I promise, I don't know any more than that.
There it is. It got me thinking, like, well, what should CrossFit media, what is the role of media in general when it comes to sports? And then what should CrossFit's media look like?
CrossFit or the outside?
No, outside of CrossFit LLC.
Okay.
I have a hard opinion on this.
I do too.
Okay. You go ahead first, Tyler.
We all know that I'm a fan of Barstool. We talk about it at least weekly. And their whole thing, like, yeah, they cover the sport, but their biggest stuff is covering everything else, all the drama. I mean, half their videos, the ones that get views are the drama stuff that's going on outside the sport, or like in the sport, but outside of the court or whatever. This is why people like stay involved. And CrossFit's like not the most exciting, like to watch. And then like it's sparse. We don't compete that often, even though this is the most competitive season of all time. And so you got to fill it with other stuff. Now, Dave Portnoy has had 3 videos leaked of him having sex with other women or with women. Here's how I handle it. Yeah, that was leaked. Shouldn't have got leaked. I kind of like doing that thing. My dad and my mom saw it. Not super proud of it, but
like,
it is.
You kind of like doing what thing?
I kind of like filming myself having sex.
Okay.
I'm into that.
Okay.
You know, I hate it for these girls. That sucks. I'm a public figure. Whatever. Like I be doing it.
Dude, you're
and that's how he rolls with it.
You're such a tool.
Oh, yeah, he's a tool. But my point is how he handles it. So Torres puts this media out into the space. You do that, you are saying
you gotta own it. You gotta own it.
CC to all of my email list.
Yep.
But the whole email list is the entire world or the entire CrossFit world.
Yep.
At that point, you have a decision to make. Do I play whiny little bitch and text spin and tell him he's a piece of shit for?
Hey, you don't have to go into details, Tyler.
He is a little whiny bitch for doing that.
But I'm saying you don't need to air out everything. Go ahead.
All right. Sorry, Spin, if I aired that out and I wasn't supposed to.
I'm not to spin, but go ahead.
Or you say, yeah, probably shouldn't put that out. I'm a little wackadoodle with my romantic life, and that was a little bit wild on my part. It is what it is. I don't like what this dude did. Then you start owning it. It's like, yeah, it's kind of screwed up what that dude did, right?
Yeah. Even, or I'll say, even if you didn't want it out there and like you completely, like you posted it out of anger, you could have messaged Spin or Savant or anybody. Really, it doesn't even have to be in our people, but we're the only people that cover everything, so it doesn't matter. But you'd be like, hey, I took it down. I posted it out of rage. Go easy on me on the show. I'm pretty upset.
That would be cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then like 100%, it would be a first. It would be like a 10-second cover, and we're on to the next thing. Well, because you were cool about it, and then you asked, we're gonna be cool about it. Alex Kazan was like this, super cool about it, right? And we're like, we will wait to say anything until you want us to say anything, right?
That's the way. Like, dude, stuff gets shot at you, and you got to just be rubber, man. You gotta grab it and throw it back. And so that's the thing that he could have done is like either called us and been like, hey, either can I come on the show or go easy on me, it's my stupid mistake, or like redirect it, put it on Gooch.
I would say my stupid mistake, but like I'm kind of broke down.
I would say my stupid mistake.
Like it is a mistake.
Posting it.
If you post it publicly, you have to know that people are going to see it.
No,
unless you don't care.
I got you.
At the time, you may not have.
But if you don't, at the time you wouldn't. But
see, the problem
if you
is,
didn't care, he wouldn't message. He wouldn't message anybody. He'd be like, "Let it ride."
He also has to realize, like, DB is one of those figures in the sport. Like, she is kind of like one of those MTV show, like girls who had a show back in the day. She's one of those girls that we follow. She's attractive, she's sassy, and like anything that's going on in her romantic life, people are just going to eat it up. And so like there's a bit of personal responsibility with that. And so if that shit goes out there, it's going to get crazy coverage. You have to realize that that's going to happen.
People don't say Danielle is probably the most covered, the athlete who is most like fans are most interested in her life.
Yes, absolutely.
Not her competition.
Yeah, her life. Out anything else, like I get a sense that that's more eyes, more people just care about that.
That's
stuff.
from her personality, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And-
that's
Not a good thing or a bad thing, but like it just is what
It's
it
bad
is.
in this situation because
Sure. but
anything
I mean,
involving her is going to get eyeballs on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean, so you're in favor of it, Tyler. John, you
I
have a
look
hard
at-
stance.
Yeah, I look at us as a talk show. I think we're Colin Cowherd. I think we're first things first. I think we're first take, right? I look at what specifically us, like the spin. We're once a week, every day at this time. We cover the sport of CrossFit.
Spin's also the
But-
fastest news source
Correct.
out there.
Correct. But I look at us as like that's what we are, right? Sevon kind of like, branches out into a couple different things. My opinion, Sevon is more of Barstool, and we're more of a first things first type show. Like that's the way I look at us. But if you are a professional, we cover the sport of CrossFit, and you guys are the figures in what we cover. That is news. All of that's news. You cannot be professional if you do not want to be covered in that manner. Okay? Michael Jordan had a gambling problem. They talked about it, right? This is before they talked bad about athletes, right? LeBron can't walk outside without somebody saying, hey, LeBron's outside. Right? Tiger Woods wanted to play Santa Claus for a while, and eventually the ho-ho-hos caught up with him, right? Like, that was covered every single day, right? And guess what? He tore his ACL. He won another Masters, and nobody cared anymore.
Well,
Nobody cared. His wife cared.
but that's the thing,
She's
John.
got
Like,
money,
why do they care? Why we cover this stuff? Because in some weird way, we do think this might have an effect on your performance on the court or on in the competitive
sure.
field.
So when you freak out, you've had some stuff going on.
All the sports radio, they talk about trades that are going on, drama in the front office, who's hating who in the locker room.
They talked about Luka Doncic
How
looks
fat he
heavy.
is.
They traded him because he's 270 pounds and he drank beer after a game.
Hell
right?
yeah.
They traded him because of that, and then his work ethic comes into question, right? Because of that.
Look at
right?
Bill Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfriend and all of the drama that goes along with that. Like, people want to know and cover what's going on. Like,
What's happening?
so, and your point to the competition, like Tyler, it's boring. Like, Brian Friend was out in Italy this past weekend and getting a couple hundred views to 2,500 views.
What's the name of the competition?
The
The
UBL
Italian
Italian Championship. Nobody's watching it. It goes to my point of nobody cares about thrusters and burpees. They care about the story behind the thrusters and the burpees and what leads to that. And what's important, it's how the burpees and thrusters lead to finding the fittest on earth. It's not about, oh, wow, that guy can cycle burpees so much faster. And it even goes to the viewer comment about the gym stuff at the games versus the story behind Beat Bajent. Right? It goes back to it. Like, if Hiller just put a workout out and said, do these 100, nobody cares.
No.
You put it with, you beat Bajent or Eric Afolo. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's what people care about.
I care about the characters.
When
The
Yes.
characters in the show that they enjoy watching. It's even people who are boring. Like Fraser's pretty boring, right? He woke up
really
and trained all day, every day, and then he went to sleep, and then he did it then he did it again. But even those people, calm down, Hattie. We got you.
Oh, Hattie, go off.
the-
Go off, Hattie.
even people like that. Like Fraser was an alcoholic when he was 16. He's got an addictive personality, and then he put that into CrossFit, and then became Matt Fraser. You can't get like Matt Fraser unless you're a little spun differently, right? Unless you can take that pain over and over again because you're freaking addicted to it, right? That's plays a part in how he got how he is, right? Taylor can hurt really, really bad. And because he was a freaking crackhead, that gives forth to that, right? Because he got sober and now he's got this personality that's got to like go. And he can hurt more than almost anybody out there because of where he came from, right? Or the conditions that he came from. That plays a part.
We do this, and this is the part about like being a professional athlete. The only reason people care really is because you represent something that they might aspire to be, and they want to understand what's the difference between you and them. How did you get there? Who are you? And so when we hear the stories like Taylor, where it's like you lived this very extreme life and now you've reformed yourself, that's the stuff that we care about. And it's like, what does that mean to me? How can I turn myself into that? If Taylor, was strung out on drugs and he turned his life around, maybe my life not being nearly that bad, I can do that same thing too. We do turn you into these larger than life figures. So when you guys are like, oh, we want it to be a professional sport, here you go.
We're a part. We make that happen too. Like Ariel Lowen, she's a freaking. I can't tell you how many moms Ariel Lowen has inspired to go to CrossFit or get in shape. Like, and it's just because it's like Ariel Lowen shows. I don't know, Tia and Annie do too, blah blah blah. But they're like Ariel Lowen was a mom before she got big, and was a mom while she's gotten big, and then not big like Big Mama, but like in the sport. And just to show this is possible, like having kids doesn't make you not able to work out hard or not able to push hard or, time management, blah, 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 all the stuff, right? She is an inspiration. So we're going to cover her life. And if some scandalous thing happened, we're going to cover that. I don't think it's going to happen, Ariel, but if it did, we would talk about it.
That's true. This is true. Patrick Clark. We, the media, also can't be butthurt if an athlete chooses not to talk to us for reporting what we deem as news.
Well, all of us. No, we can. We can.
Well, yeah,
we got kicked out of the freaking Super Bowl.
Dude, you sounded like Billy Bob off of Varsity Blues.
Sorry.
It's a 10. A 10. We can. We can.
No, we can't. Because guess what? That's part of the drama too. When Portnoy gets kicked out of, I don't know if it was the Super Bowl, but it was a Patriots game nonetheless. Guess what he does? The Patriots hate me, and here's this whole storyline of why you should care about me and care about the Patriots and the drama there. It only creates more views, making things more professional and getting to the volume we need of why people would give a shit about it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I don't know what the relationship is between media and athletes are in other sports, like how well they play together from a conversation. I guarantee if Stephen A. Smith says something about anybody in the NBA, they don't get a call from the athlete going, please don't talk bad about me.
They just know he's going to say stuff.
They just know
he says stuff. Yeah. All the girls in San Antonio get a call when Chuck goes off the rails.
Yeah, when Charles Barkley goes to San Antonio, like he's got his own fan club down there.
Hold on.
Sorry,
Lee Frazier, $9.99. Yes, $9.99 every time you speak well of my sweet friend Ariel. We'll keep that in mind.
Good idea. So when I do think about Jason's comment, like Jason said, I miss the old spin.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think you're any different. I think there's just more drama than normal.
I know. I think I've changed how I produce that. So I've done things differently. Like I still would have said something or done it, but it may not have been
as catching.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Like I may have shared it on a story back in the day, or I may have written a small article about it back in the day,
but not been as bold about it.
but not been as creative as showing what happened.
Right.
But I covered it when Julian and Miranda started dating right after, I don't know whatever that happened there. Like there's been plenty of things that I've covered that are outside the field.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it is what it is. Like that, if it's news, it's news, in my opinion. Like if it's something that people are going to care about inside the space, I'm going to do it.
Let's imagine. Oh, sorry.
Nick Freesh. Imagine if Spin replied to the comment and we missed the old CrossFit Games athletes.
That's tough, man.
That's a good one.
That's tough.
Imagine if the new prospective owners of CrossFit got arrested for.
Oh, I did cover this when she got arrested.
Yeah. That's crazy. Imagine that the new potential owners of CrossFit got caught for, I don't know, snorting coke in some club in Miami.
Cool.
You would cover that. Jason would not say, he wouldn't have a problem with that article.
Right.
And that's the thing, is like, doesn't have to do with the sport, doesn't have to do with CrossFit, because that guy doesn't own CrossFit yet, but it does. And it's like, I'm trying to gain appreciation for what he's saying, but also trying to meet him halfway and be like, hey, Jason, if you had our job, you would 100% do this too.
And if you didn't, you would need to grow the balls too.
Yeah. Or you'd look like
I think,
or you're talking elite fitness. No, that's a great point. Like, or you're saying nothing. Or every single podcast you do is kumbaya. Everything, all the athletes are great. Man, there's like 10 athletes who could podium. No, there's not. There's 4. 4 athletes could podium. The rest are sucky compared to those athletes. There's a clear tier drop. And
if you want to watch that, which a couple hundred do, like, go for it.
You can. There are multiple news outlets and YouTube channels and podcasts that will make you feel good. That will, everybody's great. You can. You absolutely can go watch those people. I'm not even going to say like how successful they currently are, but you can go watch those people. We are going to be honest to a fault, right? Like, I don't care about being nice to athletes. The athletes I think are going to do good, I'm going to say, I think you're going to do good. The athletes who I think will be bad, I'll look you in the face and say, I think you're going to be bad. And
did with Saxon.
They respect it. Yeah, Spencer. You don't even know their name. That's what's bad. They're mad. They're mad at me. I know more about them than anybody else in this world. Like, so, but they can either get mad about it, or they can respond greatly the way Spencer did, right? And
mid response.
You have to understand, you will not get that with any other news outlet that's kumbaya for everybody. Everybody's great. There are some people that suck, and there are some people that are great, and we're gonna tell you who those people are. And the thing is, I want to be the most accurate person at this. So, like, I do more research into what's going to happen to predict what's going to happen so that I'm right. So that when I say this person is going to be bad, they are bad. Like, I don't want to lead you people astray, right? And then those people that I say are going to be bad, 90% of the time, you are. And then the ones who aren't, you proved me wrong. You're
just
awesome.
go look at the mountain.
You say F you to that dude, he sucks. And you know what I have to say to you? You're right. You're great. I'm wrong. Like, and that's how that works. And if you just want kumbaya, everybody's great, that's not really, in my opinion, that's more boring than anything. That's not fun at all. I want winners and I want losers. And I want people not afraid to say who's going to win and who's going to lose.
You remember how East Coast and West Coast rap had this whole dual thing going on through the 90s?
Didn't
they
go well for Tupac.
They both died.
Yeah. But there's a lot of talk about how orchestrated that whole thing was. Not that the guys died, but the beef between the two, right? And it's like, that's kind of how I feel in this situation. Is it is as much in their power to utilize these moments, even though they might have screwed up and they want them to go away, to just grab it, control the narrative, just go out and talk about it or address it in some sort of way. And it, like, if anything, it feeds more into the mystique and the lure of DB and the mystique and the lure of Torres. And it's like, aren't you guys out to be the most profitable athletes and training camps? And it's like, that gets you views. I'm not saying that's the best thing to do, but it's like, instead of being upset that we're covering it, this is equally in your control to handle it too. So that's how I feel about it.
Here's a question for you. What's more professional in CrossFit, the athletes or the media?
What's more what?
What's more professional, right? Because everything is like, we want to be professional athletes. What's more professional?
I would say we're
the athletes
professional.
Or the media.
Well, I would argue the media play a huge part in making the athletes professional.
Us with our webcams and our road mics, I would say we're equally as professional as the athletes.
Well, I'm just saying, like
think about how much time, John, that we spend talking about this stuff on the side. How much time we're looking at different things.
That legitimizes them, though.
Right. But what I'm saying is
they should understand that.
But they don't. They think we just like wait for shit to happen, we grab it, and we don't do anything. It's like, no, we are talking 12 to 16 hours a day about everything going on with CrossFit, how to talk about it, how to cover it. Like, it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
And so in that way, comparing it to the hours that they spend in the gym, I would say we are as professional. Making the joke about the webcams and this, because it's like, we can only go as far as the sport can support us and the community can support us just like they can.
I was going to do it too.
Yeah. Mariana, I would probably say the athletes. They make a living being an athlete.
I make my living from the stuff that I do. It's so
define what you do.
Like all the stuff that I'm involved in with CrossFit.
You're paying all the bills with spin cash?
No, not spins cash. I'm involved in a couple of things, right?
He has his hands in all kinds of jars.
Yeah. No, so here's what I'm saying. I get paid by my gym, right? I run my gym. And I have a base
of the gym.
I have a base salary in that place. But then I have whatever the podcasts end up giving me. I have whatever gigs we get, right? We get paid for that. I know, thumbs up. And on top of that, I would not have JY Barbell if it weren't for what we do.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have a fan base if it wasn't for what we do. That's right. That's right. That's right. Like, I wouldn't be training people. So many other people see like the successes that I can have with people in strength training or CrossFit training, doesn't matter. But without this podcast and Sevon, right?
It's all a long pitch for sign up for JY Barbell.
So if you want to get strong
and we
sign
get
up
paid by CrossFit,
sign up for JY Barbell. Right?
CrossFit just pays us, and I just want to look to you.
Just give me a DM. But so like, it's a whole bunch of different things. But my salary at my CrossFit gym is less than. That's right. It's less than half. It's less than half of what my total income.
Jesus.
With all that stuff combined, I'm talking. It's like 5 different things, but then it comes out, and I make a living by that. And it's good enough. I'm very happy.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Goes
we're not.
in
I
and-
mean, we're not going to go buy a new house anytime soon. But
Am I like a year behind John since I just got the computer and John got his computer? Was that 2 years ago?
oh, I've had this computer a while, man.
Yeah.
It was a
I
TV
think-
and just straight up cash.
Until you
Is
do
what he
100
got.
bar facing burpees in under 5 minutes,
I'm not a true professional.
You're forever behind. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, Fico. You should say this on Be Friendly on one of their podcasts, and I don't think he denies any of that. He'll deny that at all. But I did get my start from Brian, so I don't want to lie and say I didn't. I did get my start from Brian.
Savon podcast. If the athletes started being more professional, we could make more money in media.
It's their fault.
Hmm.
I wish Sevon was here to elaborate.
There you go. Look.
There you go. That is cool.
We're just gonna just dive into what I make every year and all that
We're
stuff.
just gonna go into
Release
detail.
the tax returns, John.
I'll find it here soon enough. No, I think, look, if you want, I think what I've noticed is people that complain when I post something that is TMZ like, right? It's not this team, this athlete won the competition. I guarantee PC can verify, could back this up. Articles saying who won a competition and summarizing what happened in words. Nobody cares. When you start posting that and it hits close to home, you have people like Hopper who are like, I liked it better, the old spin. How is this news? Is it a slow day? Because it hits too close to home where they don't like that it's talking about their person or their athlete or anybody that they care about. Because they still follow me. They still engage in the news.
They did.
I get plenty of trolls that are there constantly just bad-mouthing CrossFit, bad-mouthing articles that I write. But they're there because they want to watch it and they want to follow it. If you only wanted the feel-good news, you go other places.
Mm-hmm.
But if you actually want to know that Taylor Self actually got a 4-year sanction, you go follow my page. Because nobody else covers any of the PED stuff until it's like a week or two later, if at all.
I wonder if they feel like this because they think we're like we want to get them, like we don't like them, and so we put it out to just get them like hate or anything. It's like no, we're not doing this with any sort of malice or weird intent like that. It is news. It is, and we're putting it out unbiasedly like that. Period.
And it will affect the mountain.
Yeah. Careful.
Higher.
That's what you don't want to be. No,
Is DB higher now?
Who are we talking about?
DB is higher on the mountain.
I would say she's higher on the mountain because of this.
I don't know. I can't. The gooch isn't that high on the mountain, man.
The
And that's where she went down to. So
I need a Gooch shirt.
oh, dude, what if we made a shirt, dude? What if we made a shirt and
A
then
jersey.
it was
a
like
Gooch jersey.
I want to be Gooch. That's
The
it.
Gooch?
It's yeah.
I am the Gooch.
I am. Gooch. Yeah. Yes.
It's like a McLovin shirt.
Yes. And then it's like a Danielle Brandon fan club, dude. Like every guy who wants to be with Danielle Brandon just wears this shirt that says I am the Gooch. Dude, that would be amazing.
Just a sea of Gooch shirts in Albany. That'd be amazing. Vindicate, you're going to be there. Make it happen.
Gooch number one.
We should move on. We're 18 minutes away from the release of the World Fitness Project online qualifier leaderboard. I know you guys are excited. Just hang on. We're going to do some blind rankings this time. Again, it's not a CrossFit ranking. You guys are going to be in the blind a little bit on this because
It's something we know nothing about.
We're on the blind a lot of it.
this is even more blind because the topic is
Helen
double
Keller
blind.
blind.
Everything is on
What?
the table. You are ranking everything.
Oh man. Oh, okay.
I hope they're at least like consistent topics. I have a feeling they're not gonna.
No, it's different topics. It's everything. This is the most blind I've ever felt.
Exactly. Yeah, you're just gonna rank things as they come to you. So we'll see what
Tyler,
you
do you
guys
wanna-
can rank.
You want to wear the manta sleep things the entire segment?
I
That's
was-
how blind we can be.
I was thinking about this last night. Shout
Right.
out to
Rest
Manta
in
Sleep
peace. Rest in peace.
because I have not stopped wearing my
Hold on.
Manta Sleep since we got it.
I got mine somewhere.
I use that thing every night.
I do too. It's perfect when I go to the RV because the blinds like rattle with the wind, like the air conditioner we have on.
Yeah.
So we just leave the blinds up, and so the Manta Sleep
Manta
mask
Sleep.
comes and keep.
gotta move my HGR CBD
I thought that-
out of the way.
Oh, I thought that was Podium.
No, dude, no. Yeah, I get with that. Hold on, I think it's over here.
If you want like some artifacts, some good keepsakes, you may want to get some Manta or a 3-2-1 Podium. Not sure if they're gonna be around too much longer.
Whoa,
John.
now here, John.
What?
What are we doing here?
I'm looking for my manta sleep. I had to move my HGR CBD and my frog grips out of the way. Hold on. Where's my herd belts? I got to get that out of the way
You
here.
got all kinds of
Herd.
stuff.
I'm sorry. I can't find it. I just had. Listen, honestly, 50% of that was unintentional, and then I'm like,
You're like, I
this,
gotta leave
this
it
is
in the
pretty
bit.
good. This is pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Okay, everything blind rankings. Let's see what you guys can do. Puppies.
Oh, dude, I think it's got to be number one.
You said puppies, and
Oh,
Leslie
look.
was like, "Wait,
Look-
what?"
Look at this. Look. Turn around.
Oh,
There it
we
is.
go. My man to sleep. Leslie had it.
She had to get it off the bed.
That's the
There we
Bluetooth
go.
one.
Yeah.
That's the Bluetooth one. You can listen to
We're
sweet
gonna set
sounds.
that
No,
aside.
You
where-
can listen to the spin
Yeah.
as you go to sleep.
I'm gonna put that right next to my HGR CBD and my frog grips, and then my Herd Athletics belts. That is
Herd.
Herd Athletics, HERD. Best belts on the market.
Yeah. Where would you put puppies?
Two.
I'm putting puppies number one, dude. You don't beat a good puppy, dude. Puppies are
You
great.
do if they shit
Imagine
on the floor.
if but you can't think about that. Like, think of like you wake up to like 4 puppies just licking you in the face. And you're like, what is this? You're mad that you woke up, but then you see that it's a bunch of puppies, and then the pure joy. Are you kidding me?
Tyler doesn't have any
Puppies are better
so-
than babies, dude. Somebody's like, what about babies? Next, I got one. She
I like-
sucks. You got to take care of her 24/7. She can't do nothing by herself, right? Puppies are just so good to look at. Like puppies are number one for me.
I like kitties. Kitties is not going to be on the list.
John
But-
just rolled out all the sponsors.
I will cede to number one. Puppies are pretty
number
good.
one. All right. Right out of the gate, number one. All right.
I don't like that. I don't like doing that, but I don't see puppies are awesome. Dude.
Puppies is hard to beat.
Yeah. All right. Next one. War.
There we
Two.
go. I'm gonna say war is 4
I like a good war.
because what if like double war is next? Or like yeah, like what if the Holocaust is next? Like if this is everything, we went from puppies to war. So like I think war is 4 just in case something worse. Is
What's worse than war?
the Holocaust? You can get specific. There are some wars that aren't that bad.
Not going to be
I'll
on
take
this
the
list.
Cold War 24/7. Give me a Cold War. I'll
There-
embrace
yeah,
a
there-
Cold War.
Yeah. There's like Desert Storm wars that aren't that bad.
Like I'm like if the Holocaust is there or some type of torture thing,
I would imagine for the algorithm, Holocaust is not going to be on the list. But okay, war is 4.
4. Okay.
and there can be good wars.
Yep.
The Holy War.
The Revolutionary War. You can tell me the Revolutionary War wasn't good?
It's good for us.
America became a country, right?
That's right.
Revolutionary War is great. Civil War wasn't great, but we did end slavery. That's a good thing.
Yeah, silver lining. That's why it's number 4. All right, next up, cupcakes.
2.
I don't care about cupcakes at
Dude,
all.
freaking cupcakes.
I think
man.
cupcakes are 5.
I can eat 100 cupcakes. I know.
Yeah,
Like,
but how do you feel after you eat a cupcake?
fine. Happy.
To me, cupcakes are 5, dude.
Unless it's an ass cupcake. But those are rare.
What does that taste like?
Depends on who you ask. What?
I will seed 3.
Okay, 3 is
But
fine.
I
can eat
want to
one.
go 5.
6. Hell with all you and your damn sugar war.
You're-
You got
you're-
going
hey,
on.
He's all
Go jump on another ship.
he's all met fix, so he doesn't eat sugar.
Ice cream over cupcake? You guys are bananas. I bet you freaking Melanie, you like ice cream cake, and ice cream cake is the worst.
Ice cream and cake and cake. Ice cream and cake and cake.
Clip it.
There it is. All right, you got 2 and 5 left.
Metfix is next.
Ooh,
Or
that's a good
WFP.
one.
WFP.
That'd be a good one.
You would do that to us.
A vacation.
2.
Okay.
Easy,
Unless it's
dude.
with like
Hey, we're killing this. We're killing this. This is a perfect list so far.
most
What is
vacations.
worse than war?
It's not going to be the Holocaust.
Danny Spiegel.
Number 5. A bubble bath.
Oh, that hurts.
You guys still
That
realize?
hurts. That hurts. Dude, you did us dirty with war being second. I was just thinking like
John,
I thought you would go
war
like
was
up,
that
down, up and
duh
down, up
5.
and down. There were 4 good ones.
war was the automatic 5.
No, that's my. Hey, yeah, you're right. That's my fault. I messed that up.
Bubble baths.
I love a
just-
good bubble bath, dude. I do. You do a bubble bath, and then you have like a movie on your laptop on the seat over there. And
You
then
call
got,
your buddies.
and then you got some Ovaltine next to you. Like there ain't much better than that. But bubble bath might be up there with puppies, honestly.
Is it up
good-
there with Columbus, Ohio?
A good Epsom salt bubble bath is like it's pretty great. It's pretty great.
We've not had a good
That's my fault.
Bathtub.
I messed it up. Yeah, malls should have been on the list.
malls. we had a bathtub in Auburn, and it was like a double.
I'm glad that you had a bathtub in Auburn.
We haven't had one. We haven't had one since we've moved, dude. It's all showers.
Do you get one in Pennsylvania?
No,
No, there's no showers in Pennsylvania after Sandusky.
God, that was brutal.
Wow.
You're where Penn State is, right? You're like in the same town?
Yeah, same time.
Yeah. They only take baths in this town.
Wow. Okay. That was blind
Bubble
rankings.
baths are the worst. Worse
Bubble
than
baths
war.
are
That
worse than war.
wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
I got like somebody sent me somebody else's random blind rankings, and it was cupcakes, war, or it was cupcakes 9/11.
double 9/11,
Double
triple
9/11.
9/11. Yeah.
It was double cupcakes.
and then there was
triple
like double cupcakes and then quadruple 9/11 and I was like, that's what I've seen that too. That's why I thought
You had an idea of what
the
was coming up?
second I saw cupcakes, I'm like, double war's coming. Double like, that's what I thought was happening. That's what I thought was happening.
So no. All right, the last topic. We are now 9 minutes away.
This is not far off the truth, guys. I'm gonna tell you right now. That sounds heavenly.
No, that sounds like
Instead of
torture.
Titanic, like Interstellar, maybe.
Or Land of the Lost.
No, Tyler. Those are very different movies.
World Fitness Project. I guess we can go all the way back to last week. If you caught it,
Refreshing that people can finally keep a fucking secret. I'm getting pretty tired of all the leaky boats in this fucking ocean, but
I'd say I know as much about that project as I know about the games. I'd say I have a similar amount of information, a similar amount of like I know vague dates. I know vague venues. I know vague events for both. So I'd say it's probably leakier than you maybe think it is, on both sides.
I think for any
So that came out. Rec League, that was available on was it Friday? Did I get that?
Dude,
The workout came out on Sunday. So that didn't age well. A little bit of a leaky boat there. For those who are keeping track, the Rec League has 4 people who have submitted their scores so far. Not so hot. And then I guess I don't know if we'd call this a leak. I guess it would be because it wasn't really officially announced. Like it kind of spoiled any announcement that the league wanted to make themselves. But the World Fitness Project, it is actually in Copenhagen, Denmark. But day 1, event 1, they're going to start in Helsingborg, Sweden, right across the some type of strait. I can't even pronounce it. It's about an hour train ride to this venue. Has 1,000 seats in it, 10 lanes. There will be some swimming for World Fitness Project. Let's give it a listen. Oh, here we go.
Oh, who is?
I think that's official.
What's
the event?
What do you mean?
The swim event.
Oh, that's not official yet. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Okay.
Are we going to swim across?
Oh, swim across the ocean.
Yeah, Helsingør to Helsingborg.
Oh, shit.
Now we're going to Helsingborg for the swim event.
Oh, in the pool?
Yeah, in the pool.
Okay, legit.
Because
in wintertime?
In the pool, inside the pool.
Oh, okay.
Inside pool.
Okay,
because,
legit.
So we're going to have a swim event on a Thursday before the event.
Oh, nice.
I think it's official. No,
it hasn't been official. I follow the profile. I'm pretty sure it's not official.
And we're going to have a swim event.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
official. If you go to Sweden, I don't think... now it's official.
Yeah, okay.
It's nothing secret.
No, okay.
You can go to Sweden.
Yeah, it's now official. And down here, Copenhagen, up here, Helsingborg. It's like an hour and a half drive, hour train ride. Would you call that a leak?
Premature release.
Some leakage.
Leakage.
Yeah. It's like you think you're good, like you're like, oh, and then like you check yourself, and then it's just some leakage.
He's the competition director of WFP International. If he leaks it, it's like Dave leaking it.
So it's like, oh, I didn't mean for that to happen, but I guess we can make that happen.
Well,
now.
it's like Dave leaks stuff, you know.
It's not really a leak if it comes from that guy.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I will say, so this podcast, it's not on YouTube. The Ufiltret Rarit Fitness. I have no idea how to pronounce it. It sounds like it's a Danish podcast. I don't know. They're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts.
It means unfiltered.
Unfiltered in Danish. Okay, that's cool.
You got to hit that
man,
key
it
real
is
hard at the end.
It is quite the listen.
Yeah, they went at us hard.
I never got mentioned by name.
No, you didn't.
Savon and Taylor did. Not kindly. They did not like Taylor and Savon. Roger, Gilross, Doritos.
Gilgross.
He's blocked all of us that are around it. Has he blocked you guys?
Let me check.
Brooke
Wells has.
He will after
Is that
this,
new
okay.
for you? That's good.
No, she did at Syndicate, and I didn't say anything about her, and I'm holding a grudge about it.
Nope.
Oh, you're safe? Okay.
I'm safe.
Until now.
I am blocked.
So yeah, he
I gotta start getting blocked.
He goes hard on I would say actually the host probably goes harder on.
No, I'm not. I was somewhere else. I'm sorry.
Yes, the host goes hard on us more than Roger did. Roger really didn't even say anything that crazy. It was like that guy.
No, I think Roger, his whole thing about blocking is he didn't like our type of media. He was very anti-American.
Fair enough.
You could tell they just even I mean, Roger did bring this up about talking about why Dallin and Jason are supporting the games and still say it's the pinnacle of the sport. And basically kind of said, well, they're just Americans. Like, it was kind of wild. Like, really?
To be fair, Spin, I'm with you. But to be fair, I feel as though some people would describe me as anti-European, and I'm not at all. They just aren't as good as the American athletes typically on the men's side. On the men's side, that's all. But I feel like people would describe me as anti-European, even though I know that I'm not. It's just when somebody asks me, "Is this guy going to be top 5?" and I say no, and it's always a European,
and they're too weak.
People think that.
That's fair. The host started out saying that basically the World Fitness Project is there to overtake the games.
He did say that.
It was not corrected by Roger, which I don't think it was really his place to at that point. I mean, it was still just an intro. But it is very clear that, at least through Roger's lens, the intent of World Fitness Project is to overtake the games and not compete side by side. And now at the very end, he does make it sound like that's the intent, and he wishes it would be the case. But I don't believe it.
What do you mean you don't believe it?
You don't believe it.
It's half-hearted.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Annie saying that there is no water, but then she still thanks CrossFit for everything that it gave her. And yeah, Toby.
Hey, Toby, if you do anything at the games at all, I don't think you will. But if you do anything at the games, I will be your biggest fan. You know why I'll be your biggest fan? Because I don't think that you will. So, like, when you do, it'll be amazing.
Go get one of Toby's t-shirts. Training Think Tank released a Toby Buckland shirt. Mm-hmm. So very cowboy. It's like a cowboy one, right?
I want to know more about why you think it's not real, or why you don't believe.
What do you not think is real again?
That he thinks they can coexist, the games and World Fitness Project.
Yeah, I think it's the political thing to say right now. I don't think I think. 100%.
Yeah, I think they went down a path where he kind of is very clear about, like, they want to overtake it, and then at the same time it's like, well, we can't really say that. So
yeah,
as the discussion goes a different direction, I'm going to say, no, CrossFit's great. It's giving me everything I can be. Like, that's why I'm doing competitions, is because of CrossFit, all this stuff. It's just, he talks about it, and it's like, he's mentioned 4 or 5 events for next year, and how they even want to have lower tiered events where athletes could do multiple lower tier events instead of the bigger ones to earn smaller points to add up to the total points you need to get to the finals. And then it's like, well, why would athletes want to do the open and semifinals through the game season? Because it changes all the time and it's always confusing and it's so hard to get there. And CrossFit screws over the European teams because so many of the Krieger teams had all the Oslo teams had multiple teams from one gym. So we're going to change the rules to screw over the smart athletes, is what he called it, the smart Europeans. It was
Americans,
just
big dumb,
very dumb.
Bigly.
It was great. I mean, it's just. I want to know how many times, again, it goes back to it. How many times can athletes compete over and over and over again? And he even admits, and this is what's crazy. The WFP was for athletes by athletes to professionalize the sport. And even to Rogers, and I think even the co-host maybe even talked about it too. It was like some metric about how many fans per athlete come to watch these competitions. And I think it was maybe the
quoted numbers that were wild.
Quoted numbers from Wadapalooza, tier Wadapalooza. And it was like 0.5 fans per elite athlete. But on the teams, every community team brought 10 fans on average. So a team of 3 brought over 3 people per person to come watch them compete there in Miami. Now think about that. If you're building a league that's supposed to be professional, that's supposed to be watched, and you have to rely on community competitions to fund that, drive spectators, it's not professional.
No. I mean, like, and that was the good distinction between, like, I think Chase and Bill did a show on this. Like, is it a sport? Like, it isn't. And, like, they aren't wrong. Like, the keys to the castle are in the community. The issue is, like, are you actually going to get the pool that you think they're going to get? And what they say, like, that 10, so they said 10 people were going to come for for a team. Well, they weren't in Indy. So is that an American problem again?
Well, there's only
big dumb Americans don't know how to go to events.
There's only a handful. There's only a handful of teams. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
There were not very many teams competing in Indy,
but they had the same opportunity to sign up.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Like, there aren't teams competing. You're throwing them in the back corner. Like,
it was a big back corner.
Yeah, like and like is a big area, yes, but there was nothing there for them to really watch, and so the professionals are being subsidized by
the
community events. You're creating the fitness projects to subsidize your league, just like the CrossFit Games are, right? Like the CrossFit Games are subsidizing. The affiliates are subsidizing the games. Now there's a marketing aspect to it, but it's not, there's no marketing to the fitness projects at this point. It's literally just getting money to fund it, to keep this thing going longer. And what was telling is, like, Roger talked about these fitness projects, and it was almost like he made a comment about how, CrossFit is the Bible. I think it's what he said, right? Or something like that. And then he said, what the fitness project, what World Fitness Project is doing is just another vision of what that could be. Right. And they said, like, Protestant versus Baptist, or some, like, 2 different denominations of Christianity. And that's how they kind of compared the two. And it was like, hold up.
But they're the same.
But yeah.
The underlying structure is something that you guys don't own.
And then they bashed, like, the international fitness, the IF3, and how that was never going to be important. And, like, nobody's ever going to care about it. People in Sweden or Norway just go to it because
it's there.
And, like, others are doing it, so they go do it. Like, I'm telling you, go listen to this. Like, it is very telling, the direction of it. I don't think it's the most honest that we've heard anybody from World Fitness Project talk about what World Fitness Project is, or what it potentially could be.
That'll get booted after they get a hold of this, and Sevon and everybody else talking about it. There is some politics between the lines stuff you can read. So WFP was trying to entertain, or CrossFit was entertaining WFP as a buyer. I don't think the entertaining lasts very long, but it was a thing. Roger and his co-host saying this stuff tells me one of 2 things. One, Roger shouldn't have been saying what he was saying on the podcast, which we've seen before because Saxon did that and sat there with Will, and we have not seen Saxon ever since. Or now that those negotiations are clearly gone, that they're not going to go through, you need to keep HQ sort of in your friendly zone if you're going to potentially buy them, or play this card of, well, we just want to be a compliment to CrossFit. You know, we can live together harmoniously and do all this stuff. Him not doing that tells me that they're now going to shift gears and start going full force anti-HQ, anti-CrossFit Games. And now that narrative, if they're smart, which is debatable, has been talked about and is going to shift. If you believe that they've communicated about this, I don't know that I'm skeptical on that they have, but Roger saying that makes me think that they have.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is now 8:08. That, you know what that means, guys? You've been waiting for this. I know, for a nice hour and a half.
Boats. We're just gonna look at pictures of boats.
Yes, we are looking at pictures at boats. Get ready, John. This is the competition for you. The World Fitness Project Mesa Challenger Qualifier 2 before anybody else talks about it.
Electric Boogaloo.
Nick Matthew wins it. Tudor Magda, Anioli Kai, Colin Bossard, Miko Liliorg, Jack Farlow, Nate Ackerman, Ty Jenkins, and Julius Caesar. Kaiser?
I was like, is he really Caesar?
Yeah.
How far does it go? Ryan Jevning.
Heck yeah. Chris Ibarra, 18th. He's a challenger. Sorry, bro. How many people do we have?
If you're Chris, do you give up on it now?
72 athletes submitted a score on the men's side.
Because you wouldn't have enough points to make the pro now.
Well, not quite. So basically, if any athlete is in the pro division both times, they're guaranteed going to the finals, and there's 10 spots available.
Right.
So Colton, Aniol, Nick, Tudor, Aniol. I don't think that's about it. Colin.
Jack
was in the Challenger last time. Ty was in the Challenger last time. Nate was in the Challenger last time.
Oh, okay. I got it. This is for the pro.
Fabian and Danny were in the pro last time. Now they're in the Challenger. So there's only one, two, three, four, five guaranteed spots. So there's 5 spots up for grabs on the men's to get into the final 30 for the finals. On the women's side, Jamie Simmons, Annika Greer.
The women are a lot more similar to last time.
Oda, Andrea, Jennifer Muir, Michelation, Ella Wilkinson, Kyra,
Sydney Michelation, Hannah
Lydia
Black.
Fish, right outside the cut line.
Oh no, Lydia!
I'd imagine she's not
made the games and just quit.
I'd imagine she's not putting full force.
What's interesting is that there were 9 spots available, but now Bethany is out, and another one, I'm guessing maybe Emma McQuaid, is also out still. So now 11 athletes will then make it to the challengers in there. Lexi Neely, 18th. Paige Powers, 20th.
Dude, she's coming back fast.
The challengers have to go to Mesa too to compete, right?
Yeah, they're the JV team that compete.
When is Mesa?
Last weekend of August.
I bet a lot of these people end up not going.
You think?
I just am willing to bet a lot of them don't.
That are games athletes or non-games athletes?
That are games athletes.
How does the attendance of this compare to the previous?
It's hard to be less.
68 women.
68.
You're talking about
the first one?
The indie one. Yeah.
The online qualifier had 101 women submit, and now we're down to 68.
Not a good sign, because now the athletes, they're all coming off of semifinals, especially in the challenger division. They would have had a little time to deload and then train again.
On the men's side, 212 dudes submitted a score.
And now
last time.
72.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well, so, and like, when is the third one?
Like the weekend, like 2 weekends before Christmas in Copenhagen.
That's the championship, right?
Yeah.
So the top 10 out of these two, the challengers
Join the 20. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So I'm willing to bet that this is what will look like the first one next year. The amount of names.
Like Annika Greer is guaranteed to go. Let's see. Oda is, Andrea is, Jennifer is,
Sydney is.
No, Sydney was in the challenger last time. Ella is.
She went to pro. She ended up getting the last ticket. And
that's right. Yeah, she did get in there. So 6.
Hannah Black was also there, right?
Hannah was in the challenger. VAR is. So like there's 6 women, I think, out of that have guaranteed their spot in the finals. So there'll be like, again, like probably another 5 or 6 women that could get there from either a combination of pro or challenger. I guess my question would be, if you don't have a chance to go to Copenhagen, do you compete? Do you fly out to compete in this or not?
No, I don't think you do. That's what I'm saying.
At all? Like, is there any benefit to like competition experience, maybe for some,
to spend that much money?
Copenhagen.
If you're not going to go to Copenhagen, like you're literally out. You're out of it.
Oh yeah. No, then there's no incentive. Besides, I just want to see how I land.
Right, like Lydia Fish, like this Linda Kiesman, fly all the way over from wherever she is
Holland,
in Europe.
I think.
Yeah, from wherever, Netherlands. Yeah,
to
Mesa, Arizona, to compete in the JV RX division. Like that seems like a lot of effort to do that.
Hannah Hardy.
There really isn't really an incentive to do the second one. If you didn't compete at the first one, you won't get enough points for the final, or am I wrong? I think if you had done this one and then gotten to the pro and then like win the whole thing, sure, you probably have enough points. But other than that, no. Because the problem is last place in the pro, if you're in both, you have 540 points. The most you can get is 500 for a win. Like Alex Kazan has 500. So I don't see the benefit unless you just want to get competition experience. But like if you're truly competing, I don't think you go, especially if you're in the challenger.
Well, now apply this to next year. There's so many things I want to elaborate on here. Now apply this to next year when there's 5 or 6 competitions. I've heard 6. That gets you more runway if you're one of these challengers. But again, there's so many reasons. Like if you miss 2 events, you're out. If you miss one event, you're really putting yourself at a hard handicap. But then by that last one, you're just not going to have the signups. Like that's always going to be an issue. And then I think it was Fergie said Google burn rate, and they're talking about the financial like aspect of burn rate. But what I'm interested in is the burn rate of your customers, which are these challenger athletes. And then also like look at the number of the athletes and then who they are. It's the same recurring customers. And it's like, what's the entry fee for these athletes to do the challenger?
$25.
Yeah, it's like that's not really any money making scheme by any standards.
Clock, do the challengers get prize money like the pro card holders get prize money? Everybody in the pro division walks away with at least $1,500 when you compete at whatever event. Challengers, I think the top 3 get $1,000, just flat. All 3 get $1,000. So, Phil B, are all the challengers invited as well to the finals? No. So all 20 pro card holders and then the top 10 challengers in points get to join the pros in there. And then at the end of the season, the top 20 total point holders get a pro card, whether they keep it or they get a new one. What I'm curious about going into Patrick, Linda and Lydia can still earn points that will help them. Yes, that is true. The question is, do they go do all that and then still miss out on going? Especially with Lydia going her first CrossFit Games, like
cooked
3 weeks after the fact or whatever, 4 weeks after.
She'll
and you have to
try.
travel up.
Knowing Lydia, she'll try, but that's because she's Lydia. And
that's fair.
I mean, like, who stays up till midnight to do a qualifier? You know, your last chance.
That's true.
Qualifier.
That's true.
But that she's not going to be the norm by any stretch.
Speaking of next year, if you are an athlete that was a pro athlete and you don't get your card next year and you have to go through qualifiers, do you go?
Or are you like, fuck this?
Like, let's say your boy Travis or John's boy Pat.
Okay.
That's your boy.
These are not equal boys.
They were at one point. If Pat and Travis don't finish in the top 20 at the end of the season, like they both repeat their first event, they miss out on their card. Do you see them actually doing this online qualifier to get back into it?
No, it's a wrap.
Like, I'm done.
They're done.
Do you agree, Tyler?
I think Travis would more than Pat.
Travis would just because he likes training. No, I don't know about Pat. I don't think so, but maybe he would just because it's like I'm working out. I can do these events. You know
I don't
what I mean?
know. Having to do a qualifier is not very professional.
But you have to do. Yeah, you're now relegated to be doing the same qualifier as, I don't know, Wyatt Taylor. Sorry, Wyatt. Like, no offense, but
Wyatt's on the come up. Leave Wyatt alone.
All right.
We're just shitting on Americans, John. We're just trying to make it equitable in here.
Yeah, Jordan Reichert,
There we
CrossFit
go.
Grandview, 45th.
Yeah.
Like you're doing the same qualifier as.
That's
as
a better
Jordan.
one. That guy sucks. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Jordan. I don't know. Who you
Travis
are at all.
Moore also not very good.
Probably a lovely dude.
Yeah, probably great dudes, but
he's lovely.
Like I just question to see, like, if you lose your card and you're one of these athletes, like, are you just like, peace? Like, this is not fun. You're not guaranteed money then, right? You don't have a $30,000 salary or whatever it is. You only get you only make what you do. It's the exact same thing as competing at the CrossFit Games, right? You only get paid on how well you do.
They'll give him a super pro card. They'll give Vellner a super pro card.
Oh, that'd be wild.
It's just like he can go if he wants. Like we used to let if you would won a games. You get
speaking of money, the podcast also said they spend $11,000 on the lighting for that spotlight.
Good investment.
Crazy. Henrique Morera, 43rd. He's going to the games, John. It's not very good.
DEI.
Maybe he's just deep into his games training.
How do you spell Enrique? DEI.
Wait. Austin Gooch. The Gooch.
What?
Oh, I need a Gooch shirt, so I need a Gooch jersey.
Did it. There it is. Look at that. 52nd. Despite everything going on this weekend, he's still.
He looks fit.
I wonder if he did it with Danielle.
Maybe
the WFP,
the workouts. I'm saying.
Oh.
Never know. Never know. The Gooch taking 52nd.
Das Gooch.
So I don't know. There's WFP. A little bit of leaky boat. There's stuff going on. Go listen to that podcast.
It's happening. It's getting people excited.
So excited. What's even more exciting is the games are in 3 weeks. John, you got your flights booked? Actually, no. Next weekend, you got Grid League, right?
I think it's this weekend.
Is it this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When is it? Saturday?
Saturday and Sunday.
Is Colton doing this one?
Don't watch Saturday. Sunday, watch it.
Why not Saturday?
We're gonna get smacked so bad.
John, you got to be repping for the team.
No, I mean we're obviously gonna do our best. We're against a very good team though.
Who are you playing?
The Sharks.
Well, that's
they have yet
Kelsey's team.
Yeah, they have yet to lose a race, not a match, a race.
A race.
They won every single.
Have they won by like a lot in every race?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my
They're
God.
first by a lot.
Every race.
Now, listen, I think we're gonna beat them in one thing, but at least one thing. I'm saying, but it's very.
You calling your shot? You're gonna win
At
too.
this point, I would say that's cocky.
No, there's one I feel very confident in, but Husher.
Is Fico on the team?
Husher.
It looks like it. Yeah, he is.
He owns the team.
We will lose the ASA walk race.
Yeah. So I think if we could win 2, it would be like a huge success.
Dude,
that second Matt, we expect to win the handstand walk with Matt, but that second, if we win a second one, I will flex so hard on their team. I'd be like, y'all ain't nothing, right?
That's a big deal.
The score is 18-2, and you're like, take
that second one. That second one's a big deal.
If you beat a team that's undefeated on the events, nobody scored on them, is what you're telling me.
That is correct.
That's a big deal if you
score
get
2
one.
on them.
But Sunday will be a good match. We could win on Sunday. We could win, we could lose. But
Ed L, what do you call pumping DB and doing the dishes?
What?
Loading the dishwasher.
Oh my God.
Jeez. Ian Arsvald, where in Dallas is Grid?
It's at the Dallas Fitness Expo. So just look up the Dallas Fitness Expo and buy tickets. It's usually matches are like 11-3, 11-4-ish. Everybody plays every time.
I thought it was longer than that.
Maybe longer than that, but like in midday is whenever the matches are. But yeah, so I'm just being realistic about it.
You know what? I
actually have a race. Go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
On Sunday, Wes Kitts is on the Venom.
That's a Mesquite Convention Center.
There we go. Do you guys know? You guys know who Wes Kitts is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it one of these celebrity?
Yeah. He's just there for that weekend.
He's a Colton pick.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But there's a race of 3 clean and jerks at 300. And I don't know yet, but there's a chance that I will be going head to head against him in that.
That'd be cool.
Which is pretty cool, right? I don't expect
Kids.
I would say right now.
Awesome.
I'm saying right now, I don't expect to. But
I believe in you, John.
I was thinking
Wes
about this.
doesn't go fast, man.
No, you're right. But I was thinking about this. It feels like what that is. It feels like 225 to him, like what 225 would feel to me, right? And it would be. I think my chances are low at winning, but I don't think there's not a chance. You know what I mean? So that will be a pretty cool race if it happens. Again, I don't even know if I will be there to do that one. But
what was the? You sent us a lift of you doing touch and go. Was that what you're testing?
Yeah. It's pretty vicious.
That was rough. You didn't post
That's
that.
my
video,
only.
did you?
No, I didn't post it. My only hope of winning is to just go like a reckless abandon. You know what I mean? And hope it pays off, right?
I hope your body does not break.
I just have to hope it works out. That's my only hope of winning. Because like, if I even tried to control it, I can't. My hands are too small. Like that momentum on the way down.
You just gotta ride it.
Like I can't control that at all. If I tried to control it, it would end up like, breaking me in the hips, right? So like that's my only shot to be able to do it. And I can. It's just a reckless, amazing way of doing it. But again, there's potential for that race to be there. It maybe not happen, maybe it will happen, but so that would be really cool. That would be really cool if that happens on Sunday, but we'll see. I'm not sure yet. We're not concrete on who's doing what yet.
I can live stream John on Sunday.
Oh, so the Glinton girls are going to live stream because Pool Boy's fiance, Julia Cook, she is on the Venom. She's on the team West Kitts team. She's on West Kitts team. So they're going to live stream the whole entire match. You should hop on, or if Spin, why don't you get them to hop on or if they want to do it on theirs, they can.
I'll hop on theirs, and that one of them will hop on here, and then it'd be fine.
Well, we'll get more viewers on this one though, is what I'm saying. So like, I don't.
John.
Yeah. But
what I would love is for the finals, we got to do the broadcast for just John. Like we were invited to do the broadcast.
The finals? You think John's making it to the finals?
Oh yeah, they're not going to make fun.
Oh, HCR CBD is going to be there as well.
Sounds like the John cam.
Yes, I'm aware, Fergie. I'm aware. It doesn't matter that he might not move as fast. The weight's so light to him. You can only go so fast. But Alex Smith is also on the Venom. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, so
they're really good.
No, they're not. They're
really.
We're both 0-3.
So they just have good.
0-2. We're both 0-2. Sorry.
Well, they have one stable heavy hitter in Alec, but then Wes is just. That feels weird. Does every team get one celebrity shot?
No, this is just you get to have these people if you want them. The same.
It's like Danielle went last year.
Danielle Brandon was on their team last week or last time.
That's crazy. Like I'd give you one because if every team doesn't get at least the opportunity for one, like you're kind of stacking the deck.
Talk to the right people.
Like I mean, you're really not the teams that have gotten the most random people to join their team on just a day. Yeah, they're not the best teams.
Interesting,
right? I mean, the Sharks are the Yankees. They have a full lineup of everything that you need to have. They have a real gymnast. No offense to Matt. They have strong guys. They have strong women. They just have everything that you would need to have a team. It's all filled out perfectly. Where a lot of teams are good at certain things and they're also bad at certain things. Like our guys are very strong, but our gymnastics aren't.
Just muted yourself, John.
Can you hear me now?
I thought my computer was freaking out.
You're on your computer.
The freaky gymnastics stuff, we're not awesome at. We're not bad. Like Matt can do them, but we're not awesome at them. And typically, when we have a lot of gymnastics, that's our worst deal. But
now you're back to your mic.
Yeah,
I'm audio issues at the end.
I'm working it. But yeah. So Saturday and Sunday should be fun.
Tyler, Heat 1. I saw a prop
Download
bet.
it. Yeah,
Download
download the app. We got 2 prop bets right now. We still have the Tia over 60% of the events. Does she win? And then we added one this week. Gay?
I said okay.
Oh, why? You think it's over?
No,
easy over.
I'm gonna take the under on that.
Take the under.
Yeah. If you wanted to say top 2, I think it's a better prop bet. A more accurate prop bet for 60%.
60%.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I just can't tell with
She
the
won
field.
80. She won like what 83% of the Torian.
Yeah.
What did she
Wow.
win? What did she win last year? What percentage of the events?
60.
That's what she won last year.
That's what she won last year. I asked ChatGPT as well, how many wins is Tia going to have? And then it was like, well, it's just too hard to tell. And I was like, if you had to, with this many events, how many is she going to win? And it said 60%.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't think she's as good of a. I don't think she's as fit as she was last year. She tried. She's like 20 pounds less than she
is. The field as a whole better than the field?
I know she's not 20 pounds. That's a fair. That's a great. That's a great count.
That's my thing, dude. It's not like I understand what
I don't
you're
think it's
saying.
that much. I don't think it's that much different than last year.
I think so. Like the women that can take points away from her. For instance, if Laura Horvath's here, Laura Horvath beats her in 4 events.
Yeah, but Laura Horvath didn't do it last year. Emma Lawson was a shell of herself. Ariel Lowen didn't compete. Emma Tall withdrew. Now you have Emma, like Gabby was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you add Ariel, it's about the same.
Ariel's going to take one event away from Tia.
The handstand walk event.
Yeah.
What about, let's go 22. How many event wins did she have in 22?
I don't know. You tell us, John.
She had
2.
She had 2. 2 event wins.
That's her floor. That's post baby.
Yeah. No, it's not post baby. That's right before post baby. Yeah. And 2020, 2021.
Before post would be pre.
2021 was the most dominant games she's ever had.
Yeah.
Probably maybe the most dominant ever in a regular game setting.
Mm-hmm.
Not 2020. Then 2022, she had 2 event wins, like a normal programmed games. You got to think, how was the games programmed last year? Everything running. 60% of the games was running.
Wait.
She's the best runner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if we go back to every other year that she won, I bet it's under 60%, not counting 2020. Every other year she won.
I want to take the over.
Well, take the over. You lose the points,
and I get the line.
We'll take the under.
Yeah, I get the line. I get the line now. I did not know she won that many, but if you take the programming into consideration, whatever. But I will take the under.
I still think Tyler needs to make the points variable. Adam, make the points variable.
How hard is it to do that?
I don't know. I couldn't speak educated on that.
I've given him the formulas to use.
He's got the formulas. I have the second prop bet that we added this week.
Hey, if you don't know when I'm joking, you need to not comment. Like seriously, there's sometimes
I don't know who Team Money is.
I'm trying to be over the top for a reason. If you don't know when I'm joking, like just maybe you should ask somebody. Maybe he's joking. Okay, obviously she doesn't weigh 120 pounds right now. All right, you need to go somewhere else.
115.
I'm tired of this person's incompetence.
How about 114? Boys interrupted. Who's going to finish the competition with the most points? Dallin, Jason, Justin.
Dallin.
I mean, we could have just say Dallin or Jason. I don't know what. Give Justin a bone there. But that's a great prop bet. I think most people will pick Dallin, but I would like to wait to see the programming for that one.
Of course you would.
I think Jason absolutely could, but it would have to be like I need to know the programming.
64% currently say Dallin Pepper, 24% say Jason Hopper, and 12% say Justin Medeiros.
Okay, that wasn't as bad as if you take the 12. Yeah, if you take the 12% and you make Jason's, then I would agree with that.
0% for Justin.
I think
Justin should get like 5%. Nah, take 7% away from Justin, give it to Jason.
It was that low for a couple days. It was 6% when I originally posted. I feel like it should be more even spread because like Justin has it. He's a 2-time champ, man. He has it in him now.
Was
2-time, is still currently a 2-time champ, but I find it strange. Maybe we have the wrong, not all the followers and all the people playing, but I find it strange that it's that low.
For Justin?
Why? Because Dallin and Jason are the future.
I guess I still have.
They're rising.
They got fitter. Justin was fitter, and now they're not. Now he's not. They're fitter than Justin.
Do you not think he's capable of getting back to what he was?
I think he is back to what he was. I think the other guys are fitter.
I think there's a chance that Justin could be in between the two of them, like if one has a bad showing, but I don't think he beats both. Like it could be Dallin, Justin, Jason. It could be Jason, Justin, Dallin.
Dallin's a hard argument to go against. I mean, like his trajectory has been steady and pretty
for Jason
steep.
Beating him at the last World Fitness Project. He beat him at Rogue.
Dude, Jason's great at Rogue.
And he just barely missed out on the
Jason's
games.
very good at Rogue. Dallin's not good at Rogue.
Right. And so you just don't know. It goes to the programming. Like, again, it could be a little bit skewed towards Jason. And Dallin has one more event that just isn't in his wheelhouse.
If what Dave is saying is true and it's CrossFit, classic CrossFit programming, Dallin's going to be hard to beat. Period.
For those three, yeah. But I would argue Justin's very, very good at classic CrossFit programming.
Yeah. But
I don't think Jason's bad either. Again, it's still kind of if it's classic CrossFit programming, then I think Jason and Dallin are neck and neck. And then it just depends. If it's a thruster pull-up thing, I'm going to give it to Justin.
If it's more niche, I think Jason has a good shot.
I don't think so.
Yeah, like if it's like odd object or something athletic.
If it's niche gymnastics, then no.
He's out.
Right. Yeah. It depends what it is.
Then Justin gets the advantage.
It depends what it is. Yeah. If it's a log muscle up, Jason's not that guy.
So let's hope for Jason's sake it's
an odd object
for the odd objects.
You know what I mean? Then Jason is that guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that spin. Like, I think Jason is better than all of them at that type of niche. I think Justin is better than all of them at gymnastics niche. And Dallin is not better than them at anything, but he's not worse than them at anything. And that's why Dallin typically finishes higher than most because he doesn't have that hole, that huge hole that everybody else has. But he also doesn't necessarily have that home run. I think that hurts him a little bit when it comes to like winning the games.
Yes.
Right? And what hurts him a little bit, his best home run, his best stuff, there's three other guys that it's also their best stuff. And so even if you win, it's 1 out of 4. You could be 4th in 1, you could win 1, where Austin's best stuff, he's 1st in 4 of them.
Yeah.
Right. And where Dallin's best stuff, he could be 4th, 2nd, 3rd. And that's his best stuff. Right. And so I think that hurts Dallin's ceiling. I'm not saying he can't get it done, but that hurts Dallin's ceiling. But he has the highest floor, maybe of everybody. Like Jeff probably has the highest floor, but Dallin's floor, I would put 2nd. Austin could have execution. You can never count Austin out for making a mistake. So I can't say Austin has the lowest floor, right?
For now, he's done 2 competitions since,
right? He's been great, right? I think if Austin's on top of it and executes to his fullest abilities, he could win the games. But I think Dallin has the highest floor out of all of those guys. But I do think it hurts his ceiling a little bit.
Yeah. All right, guys, it's been well over 2 hours. Thank you, guys. Annie's okay, I think. For now, I'm going to keep doing everything I can to piss people off and talk about the drama. Download the Heat One app. Go buy a JY Barbell t-shirt.
Big announcements coming on the Heat One app side. So
we're actually out of stock of XL black and large and medium teal aquamarine, medium aquamarine crop. Okay, we're out of stock on those.
Big dudes and regular sized girls.
That's exactly what it is. So go to Mustard Seed Crochet and
buy crochet.
Hopefully that's updated. updated on there on what's in stock and what's not in stock. Just DM me, and I'll get you what you need.
It's only taking a year.
If you would like a JY barbell shirt, I'll hook you up.
Yep. If you wanted inventory advice, do not ask John.
Dude, we were out of stock, or like obviously we didn't have any. And Leslie is the mail girl, like she handles all the mail stuff. I say, hey, we got this order. I texted to her, and we were out, right? And so when she went to get them, we were out. But then she just, I don't know, went to crochet something and just forgot. And then like 3 months later or something like that, I go, hey, did you mail these shirts? Because like somebody had DM'd me, and she goes, oh, we were out of stock. I was like, these people just can't or don't have a shirt. I've just ripped them off for $30. And then finally I like DM these people 2 months later, and I'm like, hey, I'm sending you a large teal. I know you ordered a large black, but we don't have that anymore. Sorry. And these orders are like from the UK, so it takes a month to get there anyway. So anyway, but we're working on it. If you don't have a shirt and you were supposed to have a shirt, please DM me. I will figure it out. It's not great. Yeah, though I don't know how Travis does it, but he's great at it.
All right, guys. You guys see you next week. I may or may not be. I'll be out there at Glacier National Park, just hanging out with the Bears or something. So
The Bears.
Anyway, until next week, we will see you guys later.
I apologize to absolutely nobody.